No, I mean, I can't. I gotta,
Are we rolling?
let's roll our whatever.
This is how we do our backstage interviews right here.
It's girl talk. We're slumber partying it up right here.
I like how you hold your mic. You're like, yo,
Yo, it's girl talk. That's why I've said you want to get comfortable. We're on the couch.
Is it 623? This is 623, right?
602. There is a 623 area code here too.
I have family from Arizona. They call me with 623. We in the 623 right now?
623. That's more west side, right? More further west side.
Is that like what kind of area is that?
That's gonna be like Avondale, Glendale area.
Is that a good area?
It's like far. I don't really venture out that area.
All right, my family.
Is that where you're going after the show or before the show?
No, they're here.
Oh, they're here. They live here though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your stylist lives here or has family here too. Is it? No, somebody else's stylist. Never mind. Nope. JK. Natasha Castles, Live 1015. We're backstage. Bebe Rexha here.
Sorry, I was chewing in the mic. I'm so sorry.
Okay. It's you long hours. You just finished your sound check. We're on the All Your Fault tour.
Yeah.
It's your first headlining tour. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. What? Oh my god, I got hummus on my head. Oh my god. Cut.
It's a slumber party here. Okay. Hey, I feel like it has to be a slumber party kind of like conversation, especially when we get into the conversation of your EP, All Your Fault. I just want to know, tell me about these boys, girl. Listening to it, I'm like, yeah.
Well, where should I start? I'm just joking. I was at the iHeart Awards yesterday, and I felt bad because there was a guy that that I really liked back in the day, and he came up to me, and I was on my phone, but we went out one night, and he literally just got up and was like, he just left. It was like he's a celebrity. He was like it was like such a
in the middle of the was it a date or you guys were talking to each other?
We were chilling, but like it was kind of like vibes.
It was obvious. It was.
I think it was vibes.
You two,
it was
right?
Vibes.
Yeah.
It was just vibes, and then he just like got up and left.
I didn't say never anything came
weird.
Back.
I was just chilling. I was so cool. And then yesterday he walked up to me and I was like on my phone and he was like, hey, he came to give me a hug and I was like, all right, I see. And then he just like walked away. So I have a history.
Because you were looking good yesterday.
Honey,
that's why.
Honey, yes, I was.
Honey.
I mean, yeah. Listen, I think boys. There's a there's a there's a lot of boys out there. We're in a drought. There's no good guys out there.
I feel like that's just the age we're in 2017. That's dating for millennials and whatnot. And I feel like just that EP alone just speaks on all of that.
So
we're munching along here.
That's why I eat, because I fulfill the need.
Right? Like I fulfill the need. These damn boys. This is just gonna be bleeped out the entire interview.
No, but it's fine. I think we're in a tough time right now, especially for girls and in like the world that we live in, and that's why like even with the EP, I purposely put a song called "Bad Bitch" on there because I'm like I have all these rappers calling girls bitches and stuff like that. I'm like, what? I'm gonna call myself a bad bitch. You're not calling me a bitch. You're not calling me a bitch. I'm gonna call myself a bitch, and if I'm gonna call myself a bitch, at least call me a bad one. So I think right now, the album for me especially is definitely finding my name and feeling comfortable in my skin and not my name, finding my like who I am.
I mean, you put all the truths out there, which is I found very empowering, especially Bad one of the last songs on the EP, where you kind of just like wrapped it all up like, okay, we've been through this and this, but just so you know, like, don't fool me. I'm still like strong here.
Yeah, the EP starts with atmosphere, and it's about like when the relationship is not working out, and there's just people are kind of like we're leaving my life, and I didn't understand why, and I think the lyric is I can't blame the lyric in the pre-chorus is I can't blame myself for getting lost inside the promise of you. Like that's okay. Like we're allowed to make mistakes and fall for people that are not right for us. And sometimes there's nothing that you could do to keep somebody around. If it's not meant to be, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And there's no easy way to break somebody's heart.
That's the thing is, and I feel like that's very like a mature thing for you to say, but I feel like that's one of those hard lessons that you learn with time.
You have to get your heart
broken to learn that, it's okay. Like I get it. And it takes a while for you to understand that it's not even personal at times.
I don't know if it was on this whole time. I think it was like whatever.
Was it poking out? Well, Alan is in charge of making sure that it was on. So if it's not on, someone's fired. I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
I love you, Alan.
Anyway, so like this EP, it starts with the atmosphere, and then it goes into I Got You. The I Got You is kind of just it was good. It felt right after atmosphere, but I Got You is actually really it's in the lead into the second half of the album, but I'll get to that. But then you have Small Doses, which is like you're in a relationship and you're like, oh my God, I can only take you in small doses. This is definitely not working out.
I thought that cracked me up because I was like, oh, I don't know. If you can only take someone in small doses, do you even Is it worth having a relationship with?
Yeah,
but I get it because it could go with relationships or friendships too.
Well, you know what? Like, I think it's relationships. I think, you know, a lot of times we find ourselves in relationships that we know are not good for us, but we're scared to be lonely. So we might as well be in a relationship that is toxic because we just don't want to be alone.
Just another hard lesson to learn again. Darn it.
So, small doses. I had somebody come in the studio, one of the writers, and she's with her husband. She loves him very much, but they were having a hard time, and she was like, "Man, I can only take my husband in small doses. Like, I don't know. Like, I just can't do this. You know, I'm like, I'm in the same situation, but I'm not married." And that was a great thing. And then fake friends, which you'll have to bleep, but forget fake friends. FFF with G-Eazy.
I mean, we've been saying boys the entire interview. I think.
Yeah.
Right about now. I love that. That almost like came full circle again. Obviously, the world got introduced to Bebe Rexha with G-Eazy, and just hearing him on this, that was pretty cool.
It's cool. And me, myself, and I, there's a you know, we don't take he says he said fake friends. We don't take L's, we just make M's. So I think it kind of made sense to have him on that record, and I sent it to him, and he really loved it, and it was very organic, and G's very honest and real with me, so he wouldn't do anything that he doesn't love or thinks like is special.
Oh, no, of course.
So like it was really cool that the way that came about, and yeah, it was dope, and yeah.
Speaking of G-Eazy, what was your last conversation with him? I know he's in the studio working on some stuff right now.
I invited him to an event, and then like it was like my agent invited me to this event, and my agent like thought he was gonna be my plus one, so I invited G. I was like, "Yo, come hang out, like we'll chill, like we'll have all our agents there," and then like I kind of like had to cancel on him because my agent thought he was going because he.
You had to cancel on G-Eazy. I'm sorry, bro. You couldn't make it on the list.
No, stop. No, let's not put that out there. But so I texted him the other night, and I was like, "Are you mad at me?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Okay." Well, hopefully you're not, but
dang, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're gonna make that something.
We're just gonna take that clip, turn it into something. Bebe Rexha totally turned her back on her. I'm just kidding. You're someone that's been in the game for quite some time, 10 years writing. Now you're on the forefront now.
That makes me sound like I'm so old. I started when I was very young.
No. But you started young, and that's a great thing. What's a recurring song that I guess you used to sing or cover when you were younger that you always found yourself singing before you went into the venture of writing and actually performing?
I don't know. I mean, there were so many. I loved "Say My Name" by Destiny's Child.
I was about to say you just performed that.
Yeah, in Corden. I loved. I don't know. There was a lot. Aaliyah I loved back in the day. Stevie Wonder. I was weird. I was a weird kid. I everybody was kind of listening to the radio, and
that's my bucket list. Seeing Stevie Wonder live one day.
Oh, I'm sure that would be amazing.
Have you
ever seen his house?
No.
Neither has he. I'm joking.
I'm that one coming.
I'm joking. My dad told me that one.
Why did I fall for that one? I was like, no. I was so excited. I thought you were going to tell me something cool about his house. Thanks, baby. Whatevs. All right. It's being someone that comes from an Albanian background, has this, I guess, travel ban affected you in any way? Your family?
I mean, it hasn't affected anybody coming into the country. I mean, I hate to talk about politics because I like to keep it about music, and I feel like we need music more than ever. But I always say this in a positive way. My dad came from Albania. He was an immigrant, and I don't think I would be here right now if it wasn't for him coming here. I would have probably been in Debut in the village and making bread or something like that. So I'm very grateful for him coming out here, and I think my main goal is to and I think that's why FFF with G-Eazy kind of like resonates with people right now, and I feel like we're in a space where people feel really angsty and they want to feel like free, and I think freedom and being able to just feel like you can do whatever you want, say whatever you want, go wherever you want in the world. I feel like that is a very important thing. So I would just hate to see anybody else's dreams be shattered, or like or their road
because of a political agenda.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Obviously, this is part 1 of the EP. When do we get part 2?
You're going to get part 2. I'm like, you're going to get part 2. No, I'm going to release part 2 in April. And then I'm going to also release, I don't know when this is coming out, but Thursday this week, whenever, I don't know what day that is, We're releasing FFF, the video with G-Eazy.
Oh, nice. What's
Yeah.
can I sneak peek of the video or what? Sneak.
It's just me and G kind of like in this abandoned town in Amsterdam.
Okay, in Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's sick.
Very cool.
The whole vibe was like, my father, I'm European, so
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm American, but my parents are
Yeah.
from Europe, so I wanted to go for like this Euro trash vibe.
What is?
So we actually got this drug dealer's house, like literally his
I was
apartment.
just about to ask,
Like-
what is
like-
Amsterdam like with G-Eazy? What's
Oh, it
the
was
party like?
It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, they were all talking about the red light district, and I don't even know. I was like, I'm not gonna listen to, because I'm like one of the boys when I'm hanging out with them. I was like, I'm not even gonna get into that. Don't even tell me, because I don't want to know. But
No, whatever. I'm
all
curious.
I
Like,
know is
what?
that- all I know is when I was
They
there.
do that here.
All I know is when I went there, my mom came with me, and she was like, "We have to go to the red light district." No.
Your mom said, I was about to say, oh, but
And
never
she
mind.
walked
It's a good
in.
thing.
She walked in one of the doors, and the lady was like, "No, I don't do women." And my mom's like, "No." She's like, "I just want to know how. I'm sorry. How does this work? Because you're naked." And she's like, and like straight up to my mom, she's like, $50 for $100 for $150 for a minimum of 30 minutes, and if you can't get it, go in, and it's not my fault. I was like, whoa, she just told my mother this, and I was like,
And
this
you
is
were there to
crazy.
witness it?
Oh yes, I did.
How funny.
Yeah.
Going to the red light district with your
This is a
mother.
very PG, 24 interview.
I love it.
Let's cut
see.
it up though, right, and stuff like that.
We'll chop it up for the yeah. Anyways,
Chop
part one, obviously you going through like the normal, motions of dating and what it's like to be a girl in 2017 and whatnot. What can we expect out of part two?
Part two's, well, we have it done, but I'm also going to go to the studio in April just because now I feel like, people are kind of like getting into the world, even the producers and stuff like that. So like, it just feels like after tour, I want to go for like a week or so. Because I'm not going to have much time, but I'm going to really go in the studio and like kind of create a couple of new things. But what I have so far in part two is a song called Naughty. And it's about like, I want to be naughty and I'm going to do whatever the hell I want because I've been a good girl for too long and I'm going to do what I want. And then there's some songs that, there's like, it gets happier and poppier and a little bit more dancey, but it's still rhythmic. But it's more like, I'm not the one for you. Like, I'm not the one to love. Like, don't love me. Because I don't want to love right now. I want to love myself. And then there's songs that are like, there's a song to my record label. I love you guys so much. But there's a song about my record label about how, like, I feel like I was never, like, what they wanted. So like
No, I get
So,
it. Like
like,
the
it's like-
perfect picture of what they wanted. So
but I was never that, and it's called The Way I Are, but it's like completely pop, and you would never expect that that's what it's about. But
hey,
that's
some
what
of
it's
those
about.
best songs are like that.
My label was like, we think this is the next single. Like, I'm like, oh great, it's about you guys.
Did you break that down to them? I mean, now they're fighting it.
Like it's
And we're here.
Yeah, so
Definitely looking forward to it. I enjoy your positive message and just being a bad,
yeah.
if I
Thank
may,
you. Oh,
from one
thank
to
you.
another here.
From bad to
May
another.
we? May
Yes,
we?
yes.
Okay, we're having a moment.
Those
okay.
nails are great too, by the way.
Thank you. I tried a new shape for the first
Love
time.
it.
Thank you, darling. Bebe Rexha, it's the All Your Fault tour. I'm super
People
excited
are
to be
gonna
here.
like, what interview was this? This
Right?
girl was like,
It's okay. It was girl talk. We're munching. We got
yeah,
some
they're
nuts
gonna
and
do. That's what you
hummus
need.
on the side.
That's all you need is a little bit of nuts and hummus.
And on that note, this is where we sweep out. Just kidding. Live 101.5, Natasha Castles, Bebe Rexha, Backstage. There you go.
Bye.